Again, we are going to talk about Chapter 7 this week. Chapter 7 basically has, we're going to talk about three things. First one is tax wrap, and the second is liar. Third one will be effect. The focus of this week is actually liar. We're going to see how we can use liar to fulfill different purpose in InDesign. Now you can open your tax wrap template in Photo 7. But let me create a new document since I can't copy it to my computer somehow. So I'm going to press Command N. Create a document. You have a 2-column text over there. So I'm going to create a 2-column text. This is a text frame. We're going to place in placeholder text and make this text frame 2-column. Select the text frame, press Command B, call out the text frame option and change it into 2 columns. So now I have a 2-column document here. Enlarge the view percentage so that you can see the more clear. Let me create a object. You already have an object in your document already, but let me create a object. It would be a circle. So let me create a circle and give it a color like red, since it's red in your text frame. And then let me create a little bit handle for this circle. Give it a color like blue, and then let me move it closer to this thing. Make it a one document. So move it here. Now I have something just like your document, right? We'll probably see in the middle. Let me put it in the middle. Okay, now when you put something in the middle of the text, you have an object, you have text, and then sometimes you just want the text go around this object. That's called text wrap. You want the text to wrap the object. Like this, the text go here. It does not go behind the object because the text flow behind the object. You can't read it. You want the text to go kind of like around the circle or around the bounding box of the object, and that's what text wrap can help you. So in order to set up a text wrap, you need to select the object first. Let's select the object and then find out the text wrap panel, which is, you can also simply press Command, I think that's Command Option, I guess. Command Option W. Try Command Option W, or simply select here. And here, this is the text wrap panel. As you can see, you have several options in text wrap panel. If you look at the text wrap panel, the first one right now is activated. That one means no text wrap, which means text will not be influenced by the object at all, which means text will go behind the object and you can read it. So normally we do not choose this one. You can choose wrap around the bounding box. Now the text wrap around the bounding box. The bounding box is always the square. Or you can choose text wrap around object shape. And if you click that one, it will look different in your template. But for me, the bounding box is basically the object shape. So there's no difference here. But in your template, you will see the bounding box is a square, but the object shape is actually different. It's kind of like a ping pong racket. So if you choose this one, it will look like that. And then you can also choose let the text jump the object. So there will be no text around the left side or the right side. It will jump over the object. And there's another option that you can choose, jump to the next column. And that means the text will directly jump to the next column rather than following the object. So it will just go to the next column. Let me ask you a question. Do you still remember if you want the text jump to the next column, how do you do it? It's not a soft return. Soft return jump to the next line. Yes, the enter, right? You did that in the last project. Okay, so you have 4 choices. I want to call your attention. When you choose the third option, text wrap around object shape. Now you can
we wrap around the text frame or like the object frame, is that okay?
Huh?
I wrapped it around the entire object frame, is that okay?
Object bounding box.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're talking about you have different options. You can choose around the bounding box, or you can choose around wrap around object shape. And here is a wrap around object shape. For me, now in my object here, when you choose wrap around object shape, looks like you have no option here. But in your template, if you choose this one, you will see there's a tab here, contour options. If you choose bound around object shape, the contour option normally is detect the edge. Did you find the detect edge? If you find that one, you will see it's different in your text. So the text flow around object shape. Option, contour option. Next cell, next. See, the text flows around the object shape. But that's it. When you actually use Photoshop to use the lasso tool to take off the other part of the photo, only leave the photo shape of the object shape. Yes, you see the text goes in newspaper, you will see sometimes they could use this option. Whenever you find a parallel, you can find it. We're talking about if you want to text around this object, this one. Okay. Now, sometimes you feel that the text is still too close to the object, you want to leave more space between the text and the object. In that case, you just increase the offset value. Or sometimes you want to leave less space between the text and the object, you just reduce the offset value. With the link icon activated, the offset value will be the same for the full margins. But if you want to have different values for the full margins, you just unactivate this link icon. So that's something you already know, I guess. Huh? That is about text wrap. It's pretty much quite similar. But one more thing about text wrap. Let's move this object here to this part, and we're going to create another circle. Now create a circle with me, okay? Create a circle here. Let's move this circle to this area. This circle right now is selected. When you look at the text wrap panel, which option is activated right now? Wrap around the bounding box or wrap around object shape? Which one is activated right now? No text wrap actually is activated right now. So that's why the text goes through the object. You can choose wrap around bounding box or wrap around shape. And you can increase the offset value if you want. Wrap around the shape. Now, look at here. It's very interesting. If you choose wrap around the shape, and you notice that there's an option called invert. Let's see what will happen if we click invert. That's what will happen. If you click invert, the text will go within that object rather than goes around it. Okay, and that's text wrap. Now let's open another text frame. Template, I mean. This is so again, I can't use that template, but you can use it. So you can open the folder, open the layer document, template, that document, so that we can work on that one. Again, click the IDML document rather than the INDD document, okay? But I'm going to use my own document here to show you how to work on it.
You said document layer?
Document layer, yeah. Don't use Command D, okay? It's not use. This is you using Command D. Don't use Command D. Don't use Command D. Just go to the document and click it. Oh, you open.
That-
Yeah, that should.
Which one is it? Text wrap?
No, it's
Layer.
layers.
Layer, right, layer. Yes,
Doc.
right, layer. The first one. That's right. You know, right? And so we're gonna cook a hamburger right now. Oh, good. Right, see you for layers. Once the tax wrap is done, you don't need that document anymore. We just going to work on the second one, and you can do submit the second one.
We're not submitting that.
No, you're not submitting the first one. Okay. Now I do not have that template, but I have three things here that I can show you with those three things. But you can work on the hamburger when we start to work on the project. Now, when you have several objects on the document, here I have three of them. You can put them in pile, right? So let's put them in pile first. And when you put them in pile, you can see that some of the objects are on top, some of them are on the bottom, some of them are in the middle, and you already know that you can actually change the order of the objects in the pile. For example, right now, if I want to put this star at the bottom, and then I can select this star, go to arrangement, and then send it to back. Then the star will be in the bottom, and then up upon the star there's a blue circle. Upon the blue circle there's a pink rectangle. So you can put the stuff into a pile. Now, according to textbook, you're supposed to put the component of that hamburger into pile. Which one is the first one? The top bun should be the first one, right? And which one is the second one? The second one is supposed to be the tomatoes. And then the third one is the lettuce. The fourth one is the bacon, then the hamburger, then cheese, then the bottom above. Okay, put it into piles right now. Okay, put it into the orders, in the same orders as we said before. Yeah, look at the book. The order is top bun, then tomato, then lettuce, bacon, and then hamburger. Do you have a textbook?
Me?
It looks like the red is the order is not right. Top bun, and then tomato. Tomato should be the second one.
Like last, that's the last one.
Right.
Obviously, this person was
You don't need to do that. Actually, just change the order. Send something back. Or something. Top bun, tomato, lettuce, bacon, hamburger, cheese. Put it together. Hey, put it as a ham. That's too. You need, huh? Right. Okay, that's yeah, that's the right order. You need to pour the tomato up front. You need to pour the top up front.
Okay, double page.
Object array.
Like as a text thing or something.
Let's say we put this in here, right? This is red. We put this in here. That is red is on top.
Right.
You don't want it to be on top. So go to brand, send it backward. And send it backward. Just yes. So send it backward. Right now it's in the red. Just use that way to make sure the order are equal. Do the same thing for the baby. No, that doesn't look like a hamburger.
No, I mean, I was just. It's easy for me to select.
Yeah, you need to send the letters back. Yours looks good. The only thing is the cheese. It's supposed to be enemies, the hamburger right now is on top of it. As you select the cheese, select it. When you want to over the order you exit, so that you know how to do it.
It's easier.
Select the cheese and then send it back. Yeah. Okay. Now go to okay. Good. Yours is you need to lock it right now. Get that right. Okay, now that's one way for you to do it. You just use the pals in the object for your yes you use well hamburger is actually on the line.
I'm thinking.
Oh, okay, so yours is different from somehow. That's fine. You can use that one.
Okay. On this page.
Right. Okay. Now you can do everything on the same layer. Yes, you have a question?
Yeah.
Okay. So you can do everything on the same layer, but you just send it to the front or send it to back to make a tomato right now. The other way for you to do it, okay. The other way for you to do it is that you create different layers. Put different thing on different layers. How do you create different layers? If you see a layers panel here, click it. If you don't see it here, go to Window, and then find layer, and then click layer. Since mine's already here, so I don't need to do it. So you click the layer panel. You can see right now you only have one layer. Everything is on the same layer. And since I have 3 objects, I can create 3 layers. How many objects do you have? 8. So you can create 8 layers, okay? Let's create the layers. How do you create the layers? You can, I said I need 3 layers, but I already have layer 1 right now. So I can create 2 more layers. You just click here, layer 2, layer 3. And once you create the layers, you can click here, give it a name. The first layer, let's call it star. In my case, in your case, you can call it top band or bottom band. Layer 2, I want to call it rectangle. That's in my case. In your case, again, you can call it hamburger letters or something like that. Third layer, I'm going to call it circle. So you create 8 layers, 1 layer for one thing. Create layers first.
Do I select it?
No, you don't need to select it. You just go to click that icon, click layers. Yes, right now you have okay. Just click this thing. Click this thing. Click 8 times to create 8 layers and give it a name. Did you have 8 already?
Do you want to do the layers from the top to the bottom or bottom to top?
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter for me. But I just want you to have 8 layers. Create the layers. Double click. After double click the name. Double click the name. Yes, that will give you a chance to rename it. Whatever, it doesn't really matter. You can change the order once you create the layers. So even if your layer are not in the right order, you can still change the order of the layers. You just drag it.
How do you like assign that layer to that?
How you like it?
Like, you know how this thing's smart. How do you make it so it's Oh, okay, okay.
Did you change the name of the layer already? Done, right? Okay. Now the second question is, how do you move the top band to the top band layer and other stuff to the other stuff layer? Okay, let's look at it here. You select the stuff you want to move it to the layer first. For example, right now, I'm going to select move this rectangle to the rectangle layer. So I need to select the rectangle first. When you select it, you can see here the star layer is activated. That tells us that everything right now is in the star layer because that's my first layer, right? And once you select it, you can just click here, move it to rectangle layer. Now you can see my rectangle is in the rectangle layer. That one is done. So right now I'm going to move the circle to the circle layer. I just select the circle. Make sure you select the right thing. And then again do the same thing, move it to the circle layer. And now if you select the star is in the star layer. Question. That's not happening. That means you didn't really select the right thing. So let's take a look at it. Did you select the top then? You didn't use the selection point. Now you're selecting the top down, right? And yeah, it's in the top down. So you're done with that. Now you want to move the tomato. Make sure you selected the tomato. Top down. This is tomato. Okay. Now move it to tomato. Okay, now see, it's tomato. It's still left. Did you select it?
I just clicked on the object and then usually double click on it. That's apparently
That means it's already on top. Right? So you click on the second one. Yours is on top and is on top and already. So you just click on it. You just click on the second thing, which is the tomato. Right? And move it. Notice the bounding color of the bounding box.
Yes, so then we click on.
Just be careful. Right. Make sure you select it. You select the wrong thing. Did you select the big one? Yes. Big thing selected. Click it and press it. Move it.
Can you demonstrate? I didn't catch that. Okay, so I select, let's say, top button.
Right.
Well, ultimately, let me select
Let's see, right now it's on top of the layer. You just click it, click and press, and then move it, drag it to.
See, it's all
Oh, okay, that means you didn't really just select that thing, you select everything. No, that is just select the letters, okay? See, right now just select it. Okay, you will notice that when you move an object to that layer, the color of the bounding box of that object changed. Did you notice that? It will change to the color that shown in that layer. So that actually is sent to tell you whether or not your object are in the same layer or not. Let me take a look, see if you're done. We're still working on that. Is everybody done in that step? We're still working on that. Doesn't work. Did I tell you that when you work with InDesign, you just think that you are counting your money? You gotta be very careful. A little bit, a little bit of carelessness will cause a little big trouble sometimes. What are you trying to do? What do you mean? Select the trim of tomato first, and right now it's still in slope line layer. Right. Immediately move into the line. Okay. Once you are done that, you can put your tomato back again. And this time you do not use bring forward or bring back. Instead, you use adjusting the layers to make it in the right order. How do you adjust the layers? You just select it and move it. Okay. Now, for instance, right now my order is the circle layer is on top, rectangle layer is second, and then star layer is on the bottom. So if you put it together, it will be in this order. Let's say I like the star layer. I want the star layer to be on top. You just select the star layer and then drag it to top. And now your star appears. So put your hamburger together and then put it in the right order again. Once you are done, I would like you to select the text frame, create a text from here, type something like text in Hamburg, okay? If you want, you can put a eject delicious text in Hamburg, but that's fine. So I just put a text in Hamburg here. And then let's use a little bit. Are you done with this step already? Put the text box underneath the hamburger, and then create a text wrap. So we need to go back to a text wrap. Select wrap around object shape, and it looks like nothing happened right now. That means one thing we need to do is that we need to go to the bottom layer, which in my case is the rectangle. Double click that. Sorry, I think we select the wrong thing. Instead of select the text frame, we need to select the stuff is in the bottom, which is the rectangle, and give that thing a text frame. Okay, so we give the object a text frame rather than a text. So we need to select that thing and then give it text frame. Yes, select the bottom band and give it text frame. And now you will see that the text goes around that. You select the bottom band and then go to text wrap, give it a text wrap. And then you move the text close to the hamburger at the bottom band. Is that a state? You give it one line, you have two lines. You probably can drag the thing. Or you can reduce offset value. Yeah. Yeah, you just select the bottom band. You should bend the band so your stuff is not really. Probably you're kind of confused right now. Did you? I know your top line is in. The top line right now is in top line. That's in the left side here. That's the others. Give you the text wrap. Yes.
It won't let me send I still sent to the back thing earlier and then I went back to fill out all the boxes. And now I can't do it.
Yeah, you put it in a different layer already. This way doesn't work anymore. You can only move the layers. Now, for example, right now, if you want to put the meat on top of the bottom band, smooth it.
Okay.
Bottom band probably should go to the bottom. Top band probably should go to the top. And then that's how you can.
Okay. And my text tool is not here, so we're going to
Even with my sure.
Just have the bottom band.
No, I didn't listen.
It used to be. You ever do that? And you also need if you move it, something you need to scroll. What are you trying to do? Well, it's beautiful. I like that. Question? No. Okay. Two more things. Two more points to for discussion. First, when you have the different layers, as we said, you can change the order of the layers. You can also lock the layers. So if you lock here, and then you can add, if you lock the layers, you can't edit anything on that layer. Let's say we're going to work on, we have a 2 minute stop here. We're going to work on the rectangle layer. Then you probably can lock the other 2 layers. In that case, when you select, you will just select things on the rectangle layer. It's an easy way to do it. But when you want to go back to edit things on the star layer and the circle layer, then you can lock this layer and unlock the circle layer. There's another thing, you can see that there's an eye here, which is a visibility. And if you click the eye, when the eye is gone, then everything on that layer will be gone. And if I click this eye, the thing on the second layer will be gone. So now only you can see objects or stuff on the rectangle layer. And if you click this thing, nothing will be there because every layer will be gone. And when you want to see this layer, you can click it, you get it back. So that's something about layer. Okay, now last thing is about effect. And effect can be applied to different things. For example, if we select the text frame, it's on the text frame is on rectangle, I guess. So if I go to this layer, unlock everything, I can select the text. It's not here. Okay, it's on the star. So I can select the text frame, and then I do not see it here on my control panel again. But on your control panel, again, because this screen is different, on your control panel, you are supposed to see a drop menu where you can select whether or not you want to apply effects to the object, or the stroke, or the fill, or the text. Did you see it? It's on your here, okay? That icon. By looking at that icon, you can select whether or not you want to apply effects to the essential. Yes, okay. Right now you can see it. Where's your text? Select the text frame. Now you will see you can choose to apply effects to which. To object, to stroke, to fill, to text. You have four sections, four function, four choices. That's here. Click this thing. This is drop menu. No. You can choose apply effects to what? In that case, okay? You can see. Right. Over here. No. Right, you found it already. So you can choose apply. I'm going to show here. Look, both of you need to look at it. If you click here, this one, you will see you can choose apply effects to what? To object, to field, to structure. Yeah, then you need to select the effects. Okay. When you done that, you can select the effects. Again, the effects is not shown on my control panel, but you can see on your control panel the FX. That's the effects. Choose whatever effects. FX. FX. Transparency, drop menu, drop schedule. You can choose all effects over there. If you just want a drop schedule effect, there's already a drop schedule effect just behind the choices. Okay, so choose whatever effects you want and apply effects to the text. Once you are done, export it into PDF and send it to me. Okay. You don't need to work on the first document because we don't need it. And if you can't find the effects panel in the control panel, I guess you can also go to Window, find the effects, and do everything on the effects panel here.
We need to send you the other one too.
No, just the hamburger one. The chapter project this week, we only have one. That's in page 203. Is the hooks and the ladders project. That's a very interesting project. You will learn something that's very useful. Specifically, you're going to learn how to make the Anderson hook with the ladders. That's a very interesting skill that you can learn. It will be very useful. Okay, that's all. Thank you. Put your name on your your in-class project as well as your chapter project.
Or like in the slide. You want a slide? slug? You want our name or no?
Just a name. You can't really create a slug right now.
Or you want it on the document? You want our name on the document?
Right on the front.
Inside the document.
So something like
In the second, yeah, the hamburger document, right?
Dr. Young, are you gonna send the first thing we did to you, or just the hamburger?
Just send me the hamburger.